Hello once again. This time we've got a couple of realistic TRC20000s complete with scruffy fronts. And these are a set that suffer from the escutcheon, that's the front panel insert, becoming scruffy. The 2001 doesn't seem to do that, but it does on the 2000. And I've had a brilliant idea. I've dug out my brand new in the box, which I bought at the time, one, and I've taken it apart and I've removed the escutcheons off this brand new set. Just like that. And we'll shortly be gluing those back on, servicing the set and putting it back in the box. So that's what it should look like. What I've done is to put those on my flatbed scanner. I've scanned them at 1200 dpi resolution, and then I've printed them out onto stiff paper on a laser printer. Now we have our other business is church organ restoration, you know, huge pipe organs in churches. And we run this business for the winter 6 months because I don't want to work in cold churches, and when we run the organ building business in the summer 6 months. And so we have wad punchers available to us, so we can cut out holes and things like that. Now these are readily available wad punchers, and they're intended for punching holes in felt and leather, which we use in the church organ restoration. These are church organs which not electronic, these are proper pipe organs, totally traditional. Now then, what I've done, printed them out, used the wad punch to cut the hole, used a craft knife to cut the meter out, and I've been able to produce these. So these have been laminated and then cut out, and then hopefully we'll be able to glue that one on there, and we'll be able to glue that one on there, and that's going to look a bit better, isn't it? And then we're going to service the set. That's all the Uniden models. I think this is the best in the quality it's put together. We've got the factory original service manual, and I'll do that with you right now, starting with the VCO. So we've got the factory mic with this set, which is nice. And we will start with the VCO. Resistor 52 is test point 1. And resistor 52 is that one there. They've actually not got wax on that bit. You're supposed to select channel 40, which we've now done, and it's supposed to be 3.5 volts in transmit. So we're going to transmit. And it's 3.7 volts. Now, this radio hasn't been messed with. The coil there, which is L19, that's the transmit VCO, has never been touched, despite this one having a knackered front panel. And so I'm not going to adjust that for it being that minutely out. The radio's clearly in lock. And on receive, I'd have to read the instructions on that, but I presume it's something similar. It's probably 4 volts the same. So I might just adjust that. think it's happy at that. It's 2.5. Right, so having done that, so that's what you've got to remember. It's resistor 52 for the VCO, which is just that resistor there. And then you've got the receive VCO coil there. Sorry, the transmit one, which is 19. Oh, I need a magnifying glass to read the service manual. Let's call L17 is the transmit one and L16 is the receive one. Right, we're going to transmit. Now this set appears to be working. This is just as it's come. These can be bought quite cheap on eBay because when they've got a knackered front, you know. But for a bit of time, I mean, start to finish, that's probably take an hour to make that, and probably cost £1 to do it. I did it using a laser printer because the front panel, because I felt it wouldn't fade with a laser printer, whereas an inkjet one you can tend to find the inks fade and you'll be back to square one. And incidentally, just going back to the front panel malarkey, these Hilker hollow punch sets are readily available on the internet. This is catalogue number 4980012. I don't think it was expensive, because you don't want to be cutting those kind of things out with scissors. That's why we use a proper punch with them. Right, onto the transmit. I digress. Any of you see where I put the trimming tool? Pause the video while I find the trimming tool. The first transmit coil is this one here. So we're going to transmit. This radio is doing 3.5 watts. The next one is there. The next one is there. Then we'll move on to use a yellow tool. Oh, there's a coil in that, core in that. Well, I've got the front of our brand new one. There's a core in our brand new one, so it's missing. Better see what's on the scrap pile. Okay, so we've put a replacement core in that. We'll melt the wax in the next one. And that's brought us up to 4 watts. Good, so that's sorted that out. So while we've got that 4 watts on the in our mind, we'll just check that the meter's reading 4 watts as well. It's banging right over, so we just need to sort that out. Transmit meter adjustment is VR3. VR3 is that one there. That's now correct. We'll check that low power is correct. Now without the I can't see which switch is which at the moment until I fit those new escutcheons I've made. Okay, that's showing 1.2 watts. So I need to adjust that for 0.4. The low power preset adjustment is there, VR4. and that's now 400 milliwatts. Switch it back to normal power. We'll check the radios on frequency. The frequency isn't adjustable on these, but you have to make sure it's in tolerance. Should be 2779.125, it's 2779.131. That's absolutely fine. And now we'll go for the deviation, which should be 2.5 absolute maximum. So put my little oscillator on. I'll just switch the camera on. Oops, I've got the service manual on top of the video mixer console. We're on the right hand oscilloscope, and that's reading 1.8. Deviation on these radios is VR5. VR5 is that one just there. That brings us up to 2.5. And we'll just check with the little whistle test, make sure that I'm somewhere near. And wallow. You'll probably remember the audio's a bit bassy on this Uniden chassis. I don't modify the radios, but sometimes it would be better with a speech processor type mic. So that's it. We've done the transmitter. Spot on. I'll join you on a receive video.